Welcome to the CFG Game Cast, episode number 267, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers who like to discuss the latest game topics on the previous week. We stream a new episode every week and release it on all podcast services, so do us a favor and show us some love by liking, following, subscribing, and commenting on our Twitch page, twitch.tv/CFG Games, or on our YouTube page at the CFG, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today, I got my one co-host on the side. I got PopNoTarts to the show. How are you doing, Pop?
I'm doing good. Been going through the new PSO update. They just dropped the new big in-game 4-man boss. I got my 2 clears. I know some people are waiting to do some clears. Some annoying things that have been going on with that game. Just been enjoying a summer break so far before things pick up. Yeah, it's there's a rumor going around where it was like, oh yeah, no, you need the ranger class in your party to be able to pass it. Spoiler
alert,
alert, you don't.
Specific boss or a new boss that they're saying that you have to have this specific job with you too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's for the new boss, but you don't really need a ranger. You just need people. The entire party needs to be able to do, like, each individual person needs to do at least 30,000 DPS. It needs to have at least 30k DPS to be able to take down the boss. But some people can't get that, so they think you need a ranger. I'm just like, no. You don't. You just need to have the DPS, and for the love of God, don't get hit, don't die.
Oh, it's a damage check.
Because I've had plenty of runs where we did have a ranger, and some random was just like, oh yeah, this is an automatic W, and they just start dying, and I'm just like, no, it doesn't matter if you have a ranger. If we hit 5 deaths, it's over.
Maybe it's just the ranger.
I already got my clears on it, so I'm chilling until I'm probably gonna be farming for Masetta and things, and I'll go back and do some runs and trying to get the new 13-star weapon that it drops. But now I'm just focusing on getting one. I'm trying to be rich again because I spent a lot of the in-game currency trying on different cosmetics and trying to get my add-on skills together to kind of improve my DPS for that boss fight. I do hit the 30k DPS, and it's nice having a ranger because my DPS ends up going up to like 35 to 40k.
Wait,
but
do you have a static squad for the speed run this week or this weekend?
Do I have what?
A static squad. Like, do you have you're not doing a regular rando group? I mean, do you have a team?
Yeah, no. It's just gonna be me and Chris One. We're doing a duo, but we're doing the urgent quest version of that fight. Which is a little bit different, but yeah, we're not going to be queuing up with any randoms or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Smitty's asking, does it play like WoW? No, I don't believe it does.
No, it's not an MMO, so.
Yeah, it's more like a third person. I mean, they do have like set abilities, but it doesn't play like it's not like how WoW is in that sense. So yeah.
With like the different classes you can be. Now it's like, I want to say it's like 14. Like each individual person. It just depends on what each individual person is doing for a boss. But eventually, once
I'd say equivalent. I'd say kind of like ESO, like Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that'd probably be the. Even though I know PSO is older, but it plays like that. I think that's a good frame of reference for Smitty, at least, because I know he's played Elder Scrolls online before. But as you know, I know we're talking to Smitty, but as you can see, Smitty is not here with us. He is out sick. But he's here in spirit in our chat, as you can too on twitch.tv/CFG Games. That's awesome. I'm sorry to kind of cut you off there, Pop.
No, that's fine. It's been cool. really
but
fun.
Also
I'm working on getting to rank 200 and Monster Hunter Wilds, because that update's coming up soon.
Oh yeah, I know it's coming very, very soon. But you also got to promote your event, like the event that you're doing this weekend, which is really cool though. I mean, like, yeah, so why don't you give it up? Like, try to get people in on it.
I was going to say that at the end, but
nope.
This weekend, or actually starting Thursday, is the GDQ Juneteenth Hotfix event. I have 2 runs for the event. On Saturday, I'll be doing the PSO2 NGS and the Stars Fell Urgent Quest run with Chris One, the other runner. It'll be a duo for that. Later on that night, I'll be doing some commentary for a speed run of South of Midnight. Sunday, I'll be doing another run, Fight and Rage with Big B's, which is a beat 'em up. It is actually like the sequel to what happened in February with the Shredder's Revenge competition, where the winner has had to teach a run to like the equivalent to the losing team, and both of us were team captains. So he taught me Fight and Rage, and we'll probably be not even probably, we're getting a world record more than likely. We're trying to have it posted beforehand so we can be like, yeah, we hold a world record, but that hasn't been going well. I still feel like the people we submitted the game to is just like, please don't let them get the world record before the event. Let it happen on the event.
I mean, that's ideal. Would be great, but you know, it's not like that. I like that confidence. Yeah, no, definitely was saying the same thing. I'm like, man, you are pushing on that confidence, man. That's pretty. That's really.
I mean, we already cool. got it. We just didn't. We didn't record it because he forgot to press record, and
oh man,
we were also warming up, so we weren't expecting it to happen. It just kind of happened, but we've been getting around that ballpark quite a bit. So
got to record everything. That's just where it comes down to. Have to record.
Yeah. No, today we were definitely just press and record.
Because you don't know what's gonna happen, man. That's cool. No, but definitely check out Pop's speed runs on for GDQ. It's on GDQ's Twitch page. I believe it's Games Done. Is it GDQ or is it Games Done Quick?
Games Done Quick.
Yeah, it's called Games Done Quick on Twitch. It's going to be really cool. I'll put a link to the description below of the event, and definitely cheer Pop on for it. It's going to be freaking awesome. As for me, man, like I won't say I've been busy because it's already pretty much an understated fact that I've been busy because I haven't streamed this last week. But I played a ton of Steam Next Fest games, and I decided I'm going to do a small little video of some of the games I played and my thoughts about some of them. It was actually very, very fun. I don't usually like playing demos. Yeah, I usually don't like playing demos, but this one actually kind of, for some reason, when I saw these games, I was just like, okay, I got to try some of them and see what I thought. And I'm glad I did. Like, the one I'm really glad playing was the demo for Hell Is Us. This was a game from Nacon Studios that I believe Smitty saw this a couple of months ago when they first announced it at the beginning of the year. But then this was a very, it plays like Resident Evil 2, like classic Resident Evil 2 that came out. And I was digging it. At first, the system felt a little weird, but once you kind of I got into it, I was like, oh, okay, this is making sense. I can't wait to show because I recorded my gameplay of it, and it was really, really fun. So looking forward to that one, and among some other games that I played. So stay tuned for the video. Hopefully, I like now, since my shift has kind of changed a little bit, I actually have time to mess around and edit a good video for that. So that's going to be really, really cool. Hey, what's up, Paseo? How you doing, buddy? But yeah. So like so that was mostly a good majority of my time as well. And I swear to you guys, I am so sorry, but I've been really busy. But I am going to finish set up my review for Date Everything is going to be coming out this week, as well as Smitty's review for The Precinct. Going to finish up on the editing on that as well. So we have it. I know I'm a little bit behind, but we've been I've been burning the midnight oil for the most part. But it's been fun. And also I'm going to be doing an event. I'm going to be doing doing a video event with 4 other creators for Mario Party Jamboree this next weekend. So it's going to be a fun-filled week on that. So looking forward to that. I decided I kind of want to start making some more YouTube content, when it comes to this kind of stuff, and instead of just specifically streaming. But it seems like it's a lot more fun, in my opinion, and more controlled, I guess. But we'll see. I hopefully will eventually start kind of getting back to the regular stream. I just don't know. I just haven't had a game I wanted to really play or share online while I play it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes those games where it's like you just want to play, but you don't want to show everyone that you're playing it or care about it. Right. Yeah, there's just not something that kind of got my interest to it yet. I'm sure there's going to be something out there, but we'll see. Oh, and I have been playing the MOBA, the Dragon Ball Z MOBA. I can never remember the name of this. It's called Dragon Ball Genkishin Squadra. It's like, what the hell? Like, how do they make a name up like this for this game? But
it just sounds like they put the title in like a random name generator at this point.
I know, right? It's like some sort of random AI generator. It's like, what? Okay, well, first off, I didn't know what the word Genkishin or whatever is, but Squadra is a made up word. I've been playing that like crazy. It is a fun game though, but it's just a really fun game. Tonight's the last day for the beta. So they don't have an official release date, but like me and some friends have been playing it like literally the past 3 or 4 days. Just pushed back a little Marvel Rivals a little bit, but oh my God, just been having a great time on that. Yeah, so no, but definitely. But anyways, I know y'all don't want to talk about just the cool games and stuff that's coming up on Steam Next Fest. We'll get into that probably a little bit later, but let's get into the normal rigmarole that we like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic of discussion in the world of video games. The topic would or could be a game itself or something that happened in the gaming industry. And I do not want to talk about it amongst ourselves, or Pop doesn't want to talk about it amongst herself. So we want you, the listeners and viewers on Twitch and on YouTube, to be a part of the conversation as always. So if there is something that you're wanting to chime in about, or if you're wanting to talk or get your point of view or your opinion on whatever we talk about, by all means, either type it inside the chat or just comment in on the YouTube down below, and we will go from there. So there was some interesting news that this is something we talked about a long time ago, earlier in 2024, I believe, when it initially happened, and it was the SAG AFTRA strike that happened back in late 2024. I want to say September of 2024. I might be wrong. But
that's right.
Oh, it is right. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. So now if you've been living under a rock, and but people's definitely been affected by it. They may not have known it, but there was a lot of stuff that's going on in the background when it came to voice acting in video games. It had to be either SAG AFTRA approved that they would allow voice actors to do certain projects and stuff. But so between September 2024 to recent, they've been voice actors have been on strike. Video game voice actors specifically have been on strike because of the industry was kind of putting a stonewall on certain things for the video game industry itself. Now, it's weird. You're asking yourself, because you do remember that there was a bigger SAG AFTRA strike that happened in 2023 that involved everybody, like actors and everyone and stuff, because the biggest threat to SAG AFTRA to these actors was AI, was artificial intelligence. So there was one. The main branch of SAG AFTRA did make an agreement, but during that specific agreement, voice actors legitimately got screwed from it. Like they didn't limitate specifically voice actors or AI being used in the video game space specifically. That industries were able to use AI and get around paying people, paying their voice actors the money that they deserved for using their likeness or whatnot for that. So they had to wait a whole year for that like agreement to be like cleared out, and then now the SAG AFTRA side of the SAG AFTRA voice acting side was pushing to say we're going to be on strike because this is not fair to us. And the weirdest thing about this is that the industry agreed on everything. They agreed on almost everything that their demands was for the union, except for one specific thing. And what most people kind of neglected about this, because I've been reading like the Twitter posts. I never reply because Twitter is a very toxic place specifically. The reason, the one thing that they didn't agree on, the industry was not agreeing on between the group, was that they were wanting to get compensation or protection for the actors that were using mocap for mocap actions and stuff like that, to protect those people to use their likeness for mocap design and stuff. And that was at the time I was wondering, you know what, that is a good point, because I didn't even think about it. It's just that it's who's to say that they could just use someone getting shot in an animation, and then at the same time they could just say we got the animation shot in a mocap suit, and then we could just use it for a different game later on in the future with AI, and but they're not going to get paid for it, because they did the work, So I was like, that's a really legitimate thing. I totally agree to that. But for some reason, the industry was totally not on board on this. They were saying, nope, we are not going to agree to it and stuff. So this this one specific thing stonewalled everything for the past several months on this. Mm-hmm. And it was, and finally they like on June 11th, I don't even know if if we could say 100% that it's still that it's officially over, but SAG AFTRA themselves tweeted on their Twitter page that the strike has been suspended, which is a good sign. It usually means that there is specifically some sort of move into the right direction, or they must have had a middle ground somewhere like this. So in a post on SAG AFTRA's website, they said, this is what they said. Pursuant to the authority previously delegated by the National Board with the advice and consent of the Interactive Media Agreement, IMA, Negotiating Committee, the National Executive Director and Chief Negotiator Duncan Crabtree of Ireland officially suspends the strike against the company's signatory to the Interactive Media Agreement effective of noon PT today, Wednesday, June 11, 2025. All SAG AFTRA members are instructed to return to work on productions under the IMA, including work, promoting, or publicizing projects produced by the IMA. The SAG AFTRA National Board will meet in special session tomorrow, June 12, 2025, to consider the tentative agreement. If approved, it will be sent out for ratification by the union's membership in accordance with established policies. Details of the agreement will be released at that time. So like it was June 12th. I personally haven't seen what the agreement is. Hopefully I'm going to reach out to some of my voice acting contacts and see exactly what they hopefully they got what they well deserve on this. So hopefully it's a great deal. They're showing some level of protection. I mean, AI is the biggest threat. It sucks because I think there is room for AI, but the way that they're wanting to use AI is totally invasive to the industry and the product, in my opinion, on the outside as an outside source. So I can easily understand that like this is something that wasn't like they were wanting to do this because of greed. They're doing this to protect the craft, and I think that's what most people are neglecting to kind of realize that they're not wanting to. They're not choosing to say, okay, we're not wanting to work. They purposely decided to stand their ground. So for a possibility of something that's going to eventually take other people's job and let alone their money, and then just say, hey, we're not in on this. We're not going to do this and just allow you to do this for free. This is something that had to have been done, and then the line definitely not needed to be like a unified front for this to work, because if it didn't, Oh my god, dude! Like we're already complaining about how lazy game development is now. Can you imagine when you're just going to be pushing with certain things in the future that they're removing the people in these kind of roles and stuff, and then having more automated stuff like this because it's just easy, just cheaper on the in the bottom line. It's not even art anymore of what you're playing. It's like it's a well. So I kind of wanted to get your opinion on this, Pop, and what you thought.
I didn't realize it was kind of being suspended until like some voice actors were, 10 months behind on announcements, and I'm just like, oh, something must have happened.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I came across the news. I didn't see the official post until afterwards, but some people were announcing roles that they had, but they, didn't because they were a part of the strike. I hope they came to a positive resolution, because on the like music industry side of things, I don't know if you saw, but Timbaland's doing this weird AI thing where he's calling it A-pop, and he's under great suspicion that he would do TikTok lives and just like, independent artists, submit your songs, we'll listen to it live. And some people are just like, oh, did you use our stuff to train your AI artists that you're making? And it's been a huge mess, and I hope that the SAG AFTRA strike is kind of an overall lesson across entertainment industries. I hope other people, step up, like musicians, other creatives start to, take that step forward. Since even though AI is seen as easy, there are some great uses for AI, but in terms of creativity, it's just not going to get the job done. We all saw what happened with some of Disney's most recent promotional tools for their live action things, such as like the Little Mermaid and other things, where it's just like, there's no way a real artist did this.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of weird. Like, I mean, to Smitty's point, saying the music industry has always been ultra shady, though, it's very true.
Yeah.
I think that I feel that voice actors is a small piece of a voice that's not heard, not a lot.
Yeah.
Because for them to have to fight the way they had to fight just to get that piece of the pie to protect themselves for this strike, because theoretically, let's say if the SAG AFTRA side and and then the voice acting side of the union were specifically, were separated, and they weren't a part of it, this fight could have lasted longer than what happened back in 2023. This could have been this fight was longer than a year instead of 4 to 6 months that the actors and stuff experienced and stuff. This was a hill that industries were saying no, and what makes a little bit of the point of what industry had in mind was exactly like hit the nail in the head exactly for the people that were fighting against it, because they wouldn't have fought so hard if they weren't planning on doing something like that. Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous in my mind. And what makes it sad is that I feel after reading some of the posts that I was reading on social media about it, it just didn't feel like people were understanding exactly the severity of why they were doing, like, what was the point of them fighting as hard as they have been, to get this rectified, because this would have been horrible for I think in the gaming on the gaming side. Just in general, just completely a whole different world of just automation that I do not think people would definitely be on board of, so it's just weird.
Absolutely.
It
also brings to mind, I don't know if you all saw, but Mario Kart World came out, and the voice actress for Peach and Toad didn't realize that Nintendo had dropped them until the game had come out, and it made this entire situation is like, wow, like, yeah, even though they got replaced, it's just like that easily could have happened to another voice actor with AI had this strike not started at all, if they just didn't even speak up about it.
That was wild. Yeah, Smitty. What Smitty's saying is the fact that the industry was pushing so hard because that one stipulation shows you everything you need to know, and that's very true. I mean,
Absolutely.
I was like, wow, dude, why would it? Like that one stipulation, they agreed on everything else except that one. Yeah, and yeah, I remember I did read about Toad and Princess Peach actress getting like removed too, which is really random. The way that they did it too was kind of not even, it wasn't. It was like,
it's just. I think they told her the day the game was like the day the game and the Switch 2 release, and I'm just like, that's horrible.
Yeah, so I don't know what Nintendo was doing on that, but then again, like I said, Nintendo goes on the beat of their own drum, so who knows what the hell they were doing when it came to that kind of stuff. But like, man, it's wild. I'm so glad for I hope, like, I need to see if I can find anything on this deal, because that's the one thing I'm really kind of wondering about, because they have to have met halfway. I don't think this was something that was a complete victory.
I wouldn't even say halfway. They had to meet at least 60 to 70% of the demands, because SAG AFTRA was the first go round where they're just like, oh, hopefully we reach an agreement. They were like, no.
Yeah, I know,
they had to meet a good chunk of those demands, and I hope they did.
Yeah, like let me see if I can find it, because that's very interesting, because but like this is I want to know what the compromise must have been.
Yeah.
When was the 12th? Was that on Thursday, I believe?
Yes.
Yes, it was. Okay, so let me see what that was.
Yeah.
So 4 days ago, the last thing fresh revelations prior to the strike. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go on the source that I don't think that I would ever go to, which is going to be Reddit. So let's see what it says. SAG AFTRA org, noon today. No, they haven't. Nope, they haven't posted anything about it. So no, I want to keep. I am very interested on what their compromise was, because like I just hope, like I said, I'm gonna talk to one of like some VAs off the record and see what's up, because that is crazy. Makes me want to know. The big base adding to the things list of things I hate about Nintendo. That makes number 9,000. Oh wait, 9,723,000. Nope, 97. No, I can't do numbers. Let's screw it. Let's just go with it. 97,234,256. There you go. Did it. All right, cool. So let's congratulations. I hope the voice actors got everything, let alone the mocap actors got everything that they got a sense of security and defense, or of their jobs itself from AI. And here's the thing, like it or not, AI is coming in a big way. There's going to have to be there has to be a level of looking in between of what AI is going to do for you. But the level and the level of invasiveness of AI itself can only deal with the people that are pushing for it. So so we just need to accept that it's here, but we just need to be responsible on how it's being done. So that's where that even though that I know it costs more for like a human hand, but to know that a human hand has done it more than just a robot just going by an algorithm makes it so much better. I mean, maybe it's because I'm old school, but I just think that we just have to accept that there's going to be things that the AI is going to do better, and then it's going to do it. But please just do not get lazy about expressing yourself with these creativity and all these different kinds of games, let alone these AAA games and stuff like that. So that's where I'm praying to God, God on. So we'll see. Okay, Pop. What do you got? What do you got on your side?
Yeah, so Sonic Team head Izuka had came out during Summer Games Fest and had mentioned the risks of leaks. So obviously we know leaks have been a thing in gaming since social media has been on the rise. Actually, I won't even say social media, since the internet has existed. leaks have always been a thing. And I found this particular interview to be interesting because this is like the first time we actually see why, or not even see, hear why devs crack down so hard on leaks. So he says that leaks are very harmful to games. It ruins the plans and also ruins the potential for licensing deals. For those that don't know, during Summer Games Fest, actually right before it started, some information about Sonic Crossworlds had been released. I don't know what those leaks are because if I ever see anyone leaking or talking about it, I typically block them so those things don't come my way. But this also brings to mind, other things that have been leaked. People have been waiting for the Wolverine game, and we have not heard about that game since that Sony leak had happened, honestly. And curious about what you all think about that comment alone from, a head of a development team saying, hey, when y'all leak stuff, it pretty much ruins the moment. We might cancel things. Obviously, they can't cancel Crossworlds now because it's so close to release. People are waiting on the game. I mean, they could. They would just make a lot of people angry. Maybe some people happy, but just wanted to know what your thoughts are on that, Davies, and just how bold he was for speaking out about that to begin with.
I mean, leaks ruin everything. I mean, that's just basically what it comes down to. That's what sucks about it. It's just, it's funny because leaks has always been an issue in gaming. If not, it's been even worse nowadays from it because because the internet and I'm glad that he is saying something about it, and it's very, very true. It's very true that something like that is always coming in. But here's the thing that I've always, it's funny when people say like, oh, this isn't a big deal. It's like, it very much is a big deal. Cause I don't know. I used to be a big dude I've been a big dude, but still am. But I've always been a big dude in the FGC community. And the FGC community gets leaks all the freaking time, and it's not even now. It's always has been. And so like it's always like the speculations and stuff like that, and things like the like the ridiculousness that that comes in mind. So like, I mean, I remember when Street Fighter 4 came out, and then they were like, oh, there's going to be a next generation of Street Fighter 4 that's going to be like Super Street Fighter 4 and all that stuff like that. And then we're like, oh, who's going to be the new characters? Then they introduce them. We get like sources of like, Hakan's a new character called Hakan's coming out and stuff and things like that all the time. But what's worse is when people do data dives in the game, and then they're like, okay, we found the file for this character and this is what that's coming in. And because of that, the whole thing of DLCs, because remember a long time ago where it was like, okay, we got a new season that's coming out. We're going to have 4 new characters. Here's character number 1, and then the other 3 are going to be mystery guests until they are ready to announce what those characters are. Now Capcom totally scrapped it, and they're just telling you up front because they got tired of people saying, oh, this is going to be these are the new leaks. And then even to this day, even with that, there's already leaks on that. The people are like, oh, these are going to be the new characters for season 3 or season 4 or whatever, and then like these, and then they give you the layouts and stuff like that. Yeah, it's terrible because on the development side, and what developers want to do, because most developers are also fans of gaming, is they're wanting people to be happy or wanting to be hyped when and surprised that this is coming, and when you have these groups that are dedicated for these kind of deals and stuff like and things like they're wanting to do to say, oh, this is what's going to come out in the next 6 months. It's just like it's just as bad as you ruining a movie to a friend that's next to you. So I mean, this has always been an issue, and unfortunately there's not a solution to it. People always talk about they want transparency for companies and stuff like that, a transparency in gaming with gaming developers on what they're making and what they're coming up with. But then these fools are also like saying are also trying to ruin the surprise. So what are they?
Yeah.
What is the company to do? They're going to tighten up. They're going to say, you know what? We can't. We're not going to release anything. We're not going to show anything. We're just going to work. We're going to put our heads down. We're going to do what we need to do, and then we're just going to release it whenever it's ready. You know. So it's just. Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine that this is just a little bit of the, like, what we're seeing is a little bit of the frustrations. But as a developer, I can only imagine the nonsense and stuff, especially with Sonic Crossroads coming out and they announcing that there's going to be other games and other characters that's not necessarily in the Sonic universe, but other IPs from from like, Hatsune Miku and what's his name from Like a Dragon and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I totally agree. It sucks. It really does suck.
I actually wonder if they'll find some kind of legal loophole because, data mining itself falls under hacking and, you can face some form of jail time for that. And I wonder if some companies might just start doing it. It's like, you know what, we're sick of this. We're going to sue you. You either pay us for, the information that you stole or you serve time for it. There needs to be hopefully that some solution that just keeps them from doing it. But I wouldn't be mad if they just started making how they have like Summer Games Fest, different events where they invite creators to try out games. I wouldn't be surprised if we reach those days again where they announce a game on social media, no trailer, just say image, this game is coming, and people get invited to try out the game. If they say anything about it or ruin or just mess up the NDA, then the responsibility falls on them. Whoever follows that creator that ruined the NDA, of course the surprise is spoiled for them, but kind of just something to lessen that load. But I do like the transparency of seeing a developer speak out and saying what actually happens with leaks. So now the next time someone asks, are we going to hear about the Wolverine game? Maybe not.
Oh no. Like the Wolverine game is basically going to is now like at DEFCON 5 at this point. Like we're not going to hear anything ever since that one crazy leak with Ubisoft and stuff. I mean, it's such a shame. Like, do you remember? I don't know if you know this, but Space Marine also got leaked by a month prior to its release. Like someone released the game like before the initial launch, which is unreal to me. I'm just like, what how are people's they can't wait for they legitimately have the sense of like, wow, this game is going to be awesome. We just can't wait for it to come out. So we're going to find a backdoor way so we can just access it and play it ourselves. And it's like, what is going on, guys? Just calm the hell down when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Right.
Leaking is a big issue, and unfortunately there's not, I mean, looking at it, like if we're going to put money in, I don't think that it's like even it's a waste of their time to go into litigation for something like that and going after the leakers, when unfortunately you may strike one head, like take off the head of one snake, and then unfortunately another head's just going to pop up somewhere else. It's something that's like, you just can't do it. You got to do what other people are doing, which is like you find, or when people make if either like say, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to y'all found this, we're going to put a cease and desist, and if we're that good, maybe hire them on. I don't know, but it sucks that you're going to get rewarded for something so freaking diabolical. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
but I will say this before we move on to the next topic. For those that share leaks and participate in them, don't you dare ever complain or try and criticize a company for layoffs.
Right? Exactly. That's exactly
because think about it. If the licensing deals are getting canceled, that means they're not getting the money they need to put that stuff in their games, which means they can't pay the people that make it.
Oh yeah, and also those leakers too. I hope you just go and stub your toe on a freaking the side of your the side of your couch every morning for the rest of your lives. That, or just walk on some jagged Legos every goddamn day because screw you.
Nah, I'll take it up a notch. I hope whatever platform you play on, it runs hot and it burns. May you never touch a game ever again in your life.
I know, right? I don't know. Do you watch Black Mirror?
I've seen a couple episodes.
Okay, there's this one episode with John Hamm, where he's like he is a IT dude, and not an IT dude, but he's a dude that has a specific program and is able to move your conscience inside like an AI program. And then you and then you have them do these weird arbitrary jobs and stuff like that. Like, I think that's the kind of situation where I would want these people to be in. It's just like, or better yet, Severance, like in a situation like that, more up to date, like just the Severance scenario. Yeah, just work to work and not have any other reason and stuff. It's like, okay, here you go. But God, yeah, it's so terrible. It's like now it's impossible as a gamer to be surprised about anything that's like content wise or stuff, the content that's coming up, and then let alone like you're saying, possibility content that could have happened in the future but doesn't because leakers and stuff do this BS and stuff. They kind of get in the way of the developers. It's terrible.
It's gotten so bad to the point where I don't even go on social media during like huge gaming events like Tokyo Game Show. I'm not on Twitter. Summer Games Fest. I'm not on Twitter. It's so many events that'll happen. I stay off Twitter because some leak is going to pop at the Game Awards. I'm off Twitter.
Yep. I mean, that's the only way. I mean, it's unfortunate. like a big basis.
I can't even do reaction threads anymore.
Like, I'm impartial about it. Like I did do reactions of the big events, but I don't follow specific shows or games and stuff anymore because it's no point. And because there's going to be either a spoiler somewhere or something that just knocks me out or just make me not care of it. But to Big Bay's point, I hope the AC always goes out 45 minutes before you go into every restroom during the summer, and the smell of that last 5 user, the smell of the last 5 users get trapped in there just for you. Oh my God. So basically going to a convention bathroom. Okay, got you. So yes. Yeah. Yes, you're totally right. I mean, it's so, and what's funny? Like, what's the gain? Like, what is the gain for that knowledge? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's something or constructive or something that is going to be like, it's good to know or whatever. It's like it seems like you're doing it to just be like, oh, either knowledgeable, like, oh yeah, I know about this. Oh, that this is going to be coming out. Oh, this is the characters and stuff like that. Like, what is it? Like, what makes you feel that you're cool, that you'll be like, oh, okay, this DLC is going to be a new thing that's going. It's like, stop ruining the ending for us or for the stuff. Simple as that. That's why I do not do, that's why I hate social media when it comes to this kind of stuff, because there's people out there that's what they're scoping for and stuff. I mean, maybe maybe if there's an announcement or so here and there, but not every freaking time. It's just anyway.
Yeah, I miss the days where when Stranger Than Heaven was announced. I was like, man, I wish it would be like this when every game got announced. Like, people were theorizing things. Like, what do you think is going to happen with this game? Like, are you thinking we're a detective? Maybe, we're traveling to Japan and actually from America because, the protagonist is revealed to be half Japanese, half American. And I'm like, yeah, this is the kind of stuff that should be happening after a game gets announced, not yeah, here's the UI, and here are all the characters you can play as, and this is the DLC.
It's like, come on, yeah, it is frustrating. I mean, can you if games that are coming up that's coming in soon, like Ghost of Yotei, if they were as an official announcement and stuff like or what's coming soon to it, and things like big AAA games that were open and transparent, it would have been ruined a long time ago. Interstellar, that's coming from and stuff. Like, can you imagine? And that game's not going to be out until like probably 2 years or whatever. So can you imagine, like, if in the perfect world, if you wanted the transparency that people are asking for, it's going to get ruined by these people, by these folks and stuff. So that's where it's going to, and that's why I don't blame studios to be radio silent, because they don't want to deal with the bullshit. And then on top of that, what's even worse is that those people are also going to be doing death threats and stuff like that, like if it's not something that they're wanting. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, so there's just no win at this point for anybody. So yeah, I totally understand. Oh, it's just ridiculous. Anyways, we'll see and go with it. It's so dumb. All right, Pop. What's the big base say? Don't worry, in the Switch 2's TOS, if you're caught leaking info, the Switch 2 will drops an EMP in your house and cuss out all your elderly family. That's hilarious. Although, then again, do you know what the Switch 2 does now, too? Like, Nintendo actually has the power to brick your system, which is crazy to me.
If you're caught hacking, they will break your system.
Yeah, that is what's wild. It's like okay, well, I mean, maybe that's where it needs to get at now. It's like,
if that's what needs to happen to get them to stop, I'm all for it.
Yeah. So Poppy Hendricks says only leak I will accept is the GTA 6, because ain't no way we are on the brink of World War III and GTA 6 still ain't out. No, that is funny, but it is, I don't know. Like, I mean, what I love about like Rockstar is Rockstar just puts their head down. They don't care about this. So they don't really push a lot on social, which is they have never done it, especially for upcoming games. But they've always been bad on street dates. Even I don't even know if it's going to come out the day that they're saying it's going to come out. So we'll see. But anyways, well, okay. Pop, what's the last topic that you have in mind?
Funny that you mentioned. It's funny that Rockstar even came up last, because before we had started, we were talking about Mindseye and the terrible launch that had happened. I did not think it could get worse than. I didn't think anything could get worse than Cyberpunk.
I didn't even think about it until you.
I did not think it could get that bad, but it absolutely did.
Okay. Well, first off, what is Mindseye?
It's a new title. Most of the marketing is just like, ex Rockstar dev leads in new game. It's an action game where this guy used to be in the military. He has some kind of implant, and with this implant, he kind of goes through his past while trying to figure out what's going on in the present. The launch was terrible. It's lots of bugs and things. Funny enough, before the launch, the boss was just like, anybody that's saying anything negative about our game was paid by Rockstar to sabotage the game, because they're an ex Rockstar dev. Rockstar is trying to sabotage this game, all this other like wild stuff, and Sony took it off. Is offering refunds. I won't be surprised if it gets taken off the shelves, digitally at least. But I think at a certain point, if you're giving copies of your game for people to review like way ahead of time, and they're trying out demos and things, it's okay to listen to feedback. It is absolutely okay to take, because I didn't really know about the game until last month, when my brother was looking at some video, and he was just like, wow, this is a lot of interesting stuff being said about the game. And honestly, some opinions are valid. Some criticisms are very valid. I don't think, honestly, if you get that many people telling you to delay your game during a demo, they're probably right.
Well,
they're probably right.
Well, first off, I will say that I did see Mindseye. I mean, the game itself I thought was like not, because like I think they were selling it. I think the selling guide of it was was it 50? I want to say 40 or $50. It wasn't a full-fledged $80 game.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, but I would say I would say this, like, for whoever that developer was that was for Rockstar before must have been salty as hell when he left Rockstar, or maybe he got let go. I don't know, because the way that to throw Rockstar's name in the mix of all of this, to be like, why would they care? I mean, like, I don't think they do. Like, Rockstar, it's crazy for me to believe that. For me to think that Rockstar would be like petty enough to be like, okay, this guy, we don't want this guy to succeed, you know. But then at the same time, it's like it's possibility, you know. But like, but just look at everything that this is going to be. Even though as bad as the expectations that he had for this game, he should not have said anything. Like, I don't think, because no one knew about this game. This game literally came out of nowhere. Like, there was no marketing on this like whatsoever. And I don't understand, like, you felt like you had to be on the defense already about it, about the game, and then you're saying anything negative is a Rockstar plant. That just shows how salty you are about it. It's like you yourself as a developer, and I am always usually for developers and stuff, but the way that you're coming across doesn't making it sound like you are giving it a chance to even like, or you're not you're not susceptible to any kind of, like, you know, opinion to that level. You're just like, like, this is my dream project, and if anyone who says it's wrong, you're wrong. It's someone else that's doing it, you know, or someone else is trying to lead me to failure and stuff. It's like, bro, it's possible that, congratulations that you did your passion project, but it's possible that it's not a cup of tea. It's not as good as you thought it was going to be, or it's not the full image of what you thought, or the reaction of what other people thought about your dream is not what you were expecting, and you just can't handle it. But it's stupid that, like, that's like you're kind of setting yourself up to this kind of thing. Yeah, it's like, and
I feel bad for the team that worked on the game, because, like, y'all had to deal with this.
Yeah, it's like, it makes me wonder, like, what kind of creator or developer you are. I mean, is it possible? I mean, I'm not saying that you're wrong, that you're possibly wrong. I mean, I don't know, but like, dude, you can't, like, you can't control the narrative of what a person plays the game. If the person plays the game, then they can say it's good. They'll think it's good, or it's bad, and stuff. I don't know. Like, you know, what's the reviews? What are the reviews saying? Actually, you know, better yet, we're gonna go to the number one source of Mindseye, which is going to be Steam reviews. So let's go. Let's see what this is going to be, because that's like it. Like, it's crazy. People forget that Sifu is also an option. That's hilarious. Like, come on. It's like, it's really weird. See, and here it is. Okay. There's 1,657 reviews for it, and it says that it's mostly negative. So let me look into it. I mean, are you even interested? And like, oh, I didn't even know.
I'm not remotely interested in any games like this.
Okay, let's see what it says. Yeah, it's like Big Bays. It's like, nah, Rockstar hacked stream and put all those reviews. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's like, dude, you gotta get ready for a lot, either mixture of trolls, mixture of different kinds of things. It's like, okay, but you kind of put this on yourself if no one knew what this game was. You know, it's just really weird. Okay, let's see. Let me see. I'm trying to get one that's somewhat clean. Wow, this guy's preaching. Oh my God, dude, this guy's doing straight up reviews. Oh, okay. Let's do a short one. Okay, so this one says, warning, don't buy this game. It's misguided. Advertisements is far from how the game is. It's a buggy nightmare with no soul. It is basically unplayable for about 2.5 hours. Jesus. almost like it was designed that way for refund purposes. Burn your money, at least you'll get heat from it. Oh my God. Jesus. Okay, so if you don't know what Steam's review policy or return policy is, you need to play. If you have to, you can return a game that's under 2.5 hours. That's what he meant by that. Let's see. Another one says, I beat the game so you don't have to. The graphics and driving system are stunning. The rest is the joke. Wow, the driving system, that's the good point. Okay. Let's see.
That's a great review. Terrible game, but driving's fun.
I know, right? It's like the game is terrible, but you know what I didn't? You know what I liked? I liked everything else. It was a good midnight stroll. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm trying to find a good review. Let's see if I can find something that balances it out a little bit. Okay. Here's a good review. You can see the developers have potentials and ambitions making this game. The art and design of this game is simply satisfying. The Red Rock City based on Cyberpunk Las Vegas is really impressive. The story is attracting. However, the game really requires some bug fixing and patching. The game can be lagging even if you have a top PC, mostly under 60 frames per second. Good review. It
sounds like a really poorly optimized game.
Oh my God. So it seems like the biggest issue is the optimization, which is like usually a big issue, you know. So let's see. Now I'm gonna do one more. One more says, at this point, totally unplayable. No point in mentioning the story or gameplay elements. The patches have done nothing to fix the bugs or performance issues. I think, as with most people have already said, do not buy this game. Even at the current price or a discount price, you need to spend more time trying to troubleshoot this mess after them playing it. So this is like perfect feedback to you, saying that this is like, it's the problem is one of the big problems is the buggy patch. It's buggy, it's patches, it can't run at 60 frames per second. Instead, the guy I just talked to was CEO of Rockstar. I don't know. It's like, I mean, these are gamers, bro. Like, these are specific gamers on Steam. Listen to them. Listen to what this is like. What the issue is with this, instead of being on the defense of saying that it's someone else that's trying to get to you. It is not. It is specifically the game is buggy, it's glitchy, and whatnot. Oh God, don't say the day after the Snake Eyes. The day after was just a whole beast in itself. That was just lie, you know. But I don't know, man. This game looked like it was mediocre. I wasn't expecting it to be like, you know, it hit. I think they announced it at Summer Game Fest. Is that what happened? I believe it did.
Yeah, I think they had a trailer at Summer Games Fest. I believe
either
so.
Summer Game Fest or Next Fest. I don't remember, but like when I saw it, I was like, I'm not interested. I was like, I saw this, I was like, this looks nothing. But I mean, the NMS survived. There's non-zero chance that they could come back. No, they definitely, yeah. Poppy Hendricks says, if Cyberpunk survives, maybe this game can survive with patches. The difference with Cyberpunk, and this is the funniest thing about Cyberpunk, and this is the weird thing about it. Cyberpunk was a disastrous mess. They lied to the community about, like, you know, certain aspects of it, but it wasn't a bad game. The game itself wasn't a bad game. It was just incredibly rough. You know, it was, you can't, I'm like, yeah. I don't think that like the comparison of like, yes, Cyberpunk when it first came out day one was a total dumpster fire, but look, I think how many years has it been? 4 years. It's been 4 years, and CD Projekt Red has since that time have still been optimizing it, and they've been working on it like day in and day out on this game. It's still successful for it when it came to it, and people eventually still, I mean, even though it had a really rough start, and people still bought this game. I mean, and throughout, and then even through its life cycle, it's gotten better and better and better. It's just, so I mean, that's like, I wouldn't even compare it to Cyberpunk's like dumpster fire. If anything, I would say maybe No Man's Sky when day one when it came out. Like the only difference is that No Man's Sky was very open, open to its Nomansky. Like Nomansky was really bad. It was really bad when it came to it, but they really made the work. They really did the work. They bunkered down. You never saw like the studio that made it hasn't made anything else. They've just been optimizing this to a ridiculous level, to a point where it's now one of the biggest success stories for that small studio. So I but No Man's Sky was they lied. I mean, maybe not to hit. I'm not. Maybe lying is a strong word, but they totally didn't. They totally didn't lie. They did misconstrue what this game was going to be about. It is a night and day difference of what it did. It was a complete pivot of what it once was. And then they listened. That's the biggest thing. They listened to their community to make it a better game. And misrepresented. It was misrepresented. Is a better word. Thank you, Smitty. It's like, so I think that it's so much better than really kind of comparing to the levels. It's like, that's what makes studios like great studios, when they listen to feedback. And I feel like with this developer comes up and saying this stuff, like from out of nowhere, it doesn't look good on you, So, I mean, I'm sorry, I kind of went on a soapbox there. So,
but you know what the biggest difference is? People actually waited for those games. I don't know anybody that was waiting for Mindseye. Like, I know, right? There was the meme going on where it's just like, people have died waiting for Cyberpunk. When they said the game was finally coming out, because it got announced back in 2012, before it actually came out. So I think that's another thing that helped with the survivability of those games. You had people that genuinely waiting for those games to come out. And honestly, if Mindseye doesn't have that niche community that was waiting for the game to come out, it might not bounce back.
That is very, very true. I mean, it definitely isn't. I mean, dude, first off, congratulations on releasing a game, and releasing maybe whatever you wanted it to be. I mean, maybe it's not to the exact, maybe image or whatever you were trying to work for. You were just working with what you can do, and more props to you on it. But just don't sabotage. It sounds like you're sabotaging yourself. That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah. I mean, and I think that's what a big lesson would be for this. I mean, if this is not the, I hope that this is not the first and last game that is created by you or by the studio that made it, but just take it. Take the W's and take the L's. Some people may like the game. I'm pretty sure some people did like the game. I mean, not everyone hated it, and just go with what you can and work to become better at this point. I mean, because it's not easy to make a game like this, especially it's an indie studio that did it. So I can only imagine the trials and tribulations that you had to come through, So, this is IOI published it. Okay, that's the people who did Hitman. Yeah. So the developer was a company called Build a Rocket Boy. Mm-hmm. I have no idea what that is. Did they make other games? Nope. This is the first game they made. So just hang in there, man. That's all. That's what it comes down to. I mean, mostly negative, and it's a now officially PC only, because apparently the PlayStation port. And then when PlayStation says we're making refunds, PlayStation they don't mess around, man. So at all. Yeah, so maybe just just learn from the mistakes and get better at this point, But yeah, it sucks. But that was a good topic, Pop. Really interesting. Okay, but folks, thank you for listening to episode number 267 of the CFG Game Cast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation, as always. We will be back again next week. Hopefully, Smitty will be back here healthy as ever and be a part of the dynamic trio as we always want and always like to be. So, but if you did miss out on this episode, that is perfectly all right. You can check us out on any of the podcast services out there at the beginning of each and every week. So there is absolutely no reason to miss out on our sexy voices. Ooh. I miss Smitty. There we go.
Yeah, I died to Smitty. I tried.
Oh, guys. So guys, be sure to check out our website, confreaksandgeeks.com, with some more awesome content. As always. So once again, this is Davis and Pop signing out. Y'all take it easy.